Guys, welcome back to Nerd Mania. It's been a while. I recorded a video for last month showing my pickups for the month of July and I just couldn't get it to process. YouTube wouldn't take it. I tried a couple of times, couldn't get it to take. So I've decided to film some videos for you today. I'm filming 3 today. What I'm going to do is split my movies and my action figures into 2 separate videos like I used to do when I was picking up more stuff. And this will be my pickups for the month of July and August. So I have a few action figures. They're mainly G.I. Joes this month. There is one other. And a stack of movies. And then I'm also going to be filming a video around bootlegs, bootleg movies. So this is going to be my movie haul. Like I said, I've got a big stack. It's probably around 20 movies. I'm not sure of the exact amount. Some new releases that are slightly older now because these are from July. I haven't really had many new releases in August. Off the top of my head, I can't remember having one. It's mainly been older movies. So we'll crack on with my movies, and then, like I say, hopefully following very soon on the channel, we'll have the action figures, and then the bootleg. You may have even seen the bootleg one before this. I might put that up first. So we'll start with my older titles that I've bought. So these are UK releases, but they're older titles. The first one is a boutique label. It's Arrow Video, and it's The Last American Virgin. As you can see, I picked this up from CEX. I haven't tried to take the sticker off yet. These stickers can be a nightmare to get off. This is a movie. The actual Blu-ray is actually in my player at the moment, but it's identical to the DVD disc. I started watching this last night. Unfortunately, I was very tired and didn't get all the way through it. This is an 80s sort of coming of age sex story, very similar to Porky's or even American Pie, like precursor to American Pie. I hadn't seen it, hadn't heard of this. It popped up, a little scene popped up on TikTok, looked quite funny. I looked up the movie, found out you could pick up a copy. It wasn't the cheapest one. Had to go on eBay and look for a good deal. But it's The Last American Virgin on Blu-ray there. Like I say, I started watching it, haven't got all the way through. I found it quite funny so far. If you haven't seen it, let me know. If you've seen it, sorry, let me know what you think. Next is a movie that I haven't seen in a very long time. Got one of my favourite actors in it, Matthew McConaughey, and it's Two for the Money with Al Pacino. Watched this again the other day and really enjoyed it. It's a sports betting movie. If you haven't seen it, it's Matthew McConaughey's an up-and-coming name in the world of sports betting, predicting betting, and Al Pacino takes him on as kind of the big money boss. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Matthew McConaughey is, for me, one of the best actors working today, but he's very selective in what he picks up and does. He obviously did a lot of rom-coms early on in his career, but this was kind of the midpoint between him becoming a really big, like, Oscar contending actor and those rom-coms, but it is an enjoyable movie. The next movie is Sin City 2, A Dame to Kill. I haven't seen this movie since its release, I don't think. I had an urge the other day to watch the first one. Really enjoyed rewatching the first one again, so wanted to see the second one, realised I didn't have it in my collection, so picked it up. This was quite cheap. I haven't got around to rewatching it yet, but the first one's really good. I remember this one not being anywhere near as good, but I'll give it a go again soon. And then last but not least is Behind Enemy Lines. Again, another movie that I hadn't seen in a very long time, and I rewatched it the other day. Really enjoyed it, realised I didn't have it in my collection and wanted to pick it up. Owen Wilson, surprisingly good in an action movie. Surprised he didn't get more of those kind of roles after this movie, but yeah. Behind Enemy Lines. So that's my older English titles. Next we have, should I do new releases? I'll do new releases next, and then we'll go on to my imports. I have quite a few imports this month. So new release wise, I have 1 4K, 1 Steelbook, and then 2 normal. So we'll start with the normal ones. And first up I have Renfield. This is the vampire movie with Nicholas Hoult and Nick Cage. Nick Cage kind of steals this movie. He's brilliant as Dracula. But the movie's based more around his assistant, Nicholas Hoult, and his life being Dracula's assistant. and wanting a normal life. It's funny. It's not going to win any Oscars. I watched it, found it enjoyable. Am I going to watch it again anytime soon? Probably not. But it was a fun movie. Well worth watching if you're into your Nicolas Cage. So that's Renfield. Next up is Dungeons and Dragons. Again, nice slipcover. Just the standard edition. I watched this one previous to buying it. I did enjoy it. I thought it was very good. I loved the callbacks to the 80s Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. Just a fun adventure flick. Worth giving it a watch. I believe it's on Paramount Plus now, or Sky. If you've got Sky, give it a go. It's worth watching. Next is an older movie, but it's a new release, and it is a 4K. It's the original Avatar movie. There's not, like I said, I don't tend to upgrade a lot to 4K unless it's a movie that really means a lot to me or it's a really good deal. But this was just this movie I just felt would benefit from a 4K version. It was stunning when it first came out. Way of Water, which I also picked up on 4K, was stunning as well. And I just felt that this would be one that probably could do with a 4K in the collection. So it's Avatar, James Cameron's Avatar. And that leaves me with my last one, which is a Steelbook. Again, Steelbooks are the same as 4Ks. I only tend to pick up for them if it's something that I really like or is a really good deal. And this was a really good deal because it's the only way you could get it. It's Justice League Warworld, the new DC animated movie. It's nice to get a Steelbook. The only issue is, if you know, DC were doing the matching spines and it was making up a big mural. The fact they've only released this on the Steelbook means you're missing that. So if you're trying to make that big mural, you're going to miss out unless you can get hold of a normal Amray copy of the disc as well. The Steelbook is nice. It's a standard blue disc there, and you've got some artwork inside as well. It is a very nice Steelbook, but like I say, you are going to lose that mural on the spine if you go with this. I haven't watched this yet, so I can't tell you if it's any good or not. It is rated 15 in the UK, which means it's much more adult orientated movie as well. And that leaves me with my my imports. Sorry, I'm bending down to pick them up. There's quite a few this month. These are older movies, movies that I haven't necessarily seen, or movies that I've struggled to pick up in the UK. The first one is a Kino Lorber release, and it's Taking Care of Business. Kino Lorber do some really good releases, but they tend to be quite expensive to try and import them to the UK, so I have to try and wait for a good deal. Off the top of my head, I know I've got Body Slam with Roddy Piper and Celtic Pride with Dan Aykroyd and in it. Off the top of my head, they're the only Kino Lorbers I can think of. I probably have some more. But Taking Care of Business, Charles Grodin, James Belushi. This is one of my favourite movies from the 80s. I watched this so much. And I've had a digital copy of it for a while because Blu-ray, I said, was so expensive to try and get hold of. But I found a really good deal on eBay, so I picked this up. It's brand new sealed. If you haven't, it's just got the standard black and white Kino Lorber disc. If you haven't seen this movie, James Belushi plays a prisoner who breaks out to try and see the last game of the World Series, and he accidentally kind of swaps lives with Charles Grodin's character when he finds his Filofax, and Charles Grodin's character keeps his whole life in the Filofax. And it is a very funny film. I really enjoy it. Very happy now to have a physical copy of this in my collection. Next is a movie I hadn't seen before. It's called Joey. It's Roland Emmerich. It's about puppets coming to life. This had a different name in America, and I want to say Damage Control, but I know that's completely wrong. I can't remember what the name of it is. I will pop it up on screen so you can see it, what it was called in America. I haven't seen this movie. It just looked interesting. Roland Emmerich, most of the films he's ever made I've really enjoyed. This is one of his very early movies, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. And there's the disc. So this was a European import, so looking forward to checking this one out when I get the chance. Next up is another 80s movie that I really liked, and it's another movie based around sports. It's the Shout Select version of Wildcats with Goldie Hawn. This also has Woody Harrelson, Wesley Snipes in it, and it's about a woman who gets to take over a college football team. There's the disc there. Again, a movie that Shout Select, very much like Kino Lorber, not that easy to get in the UK, and if you can get them, they tend to be a bit more pricey. This one, again, a good deal came up on Amazon this time, I believe, so I picked this one up. This was brand new sealed as well. Seen this movie countless times. Looking forward to checking it out again. Another movie that popped up was Deep Rising. I've been after this for a while. The American release is very expensive. I didn't realise there had been a European release. I was watching a video by fellow YouTuber Euphoria Pictures, and he showed that he had picked this up, and I went looking for it straight away. Again, I waited to get a good deal on it. When I first found it, it was going for around £17 to £20. Picked it up eventually for a lot less than that. I think I paid around £13. Deep Rising, Treat Williams, alien film on a boat. Haven't seen it in a very long time. Looking forward to revisiting Deep Rising. Another Matthew McConaughey film. This one an earlier one in his career, one of the rom-coms. Like I said, this is Ed TV. Watched this the other day after I received it. I hadn't seen this in a long time. Really enjoyed it. Woody Harrelson again. Very fun film. Liz Hurley. About a man who agrees to have his live video 24 hours a day. This was done before, if not at the start, or just before reality TV became a craze. But yeah, it is a fun film, very much in the style of The Truman Show, except he knows he's being recorded 24 hours a day. Next up, a colleague at work was watching these movies, and I decided I wanted to watch them. I haven't watched them since I've received the box set, and I haven't seen these in a very long time. It's Analyse This and Analyse That, Billy Crystal and Robert De Niro. This was another European import, not very expensive, again under £10 for the two movies. I haven't seen these in a very long time. Looking forward to revisiting these. Yeah, not much more I can say about that. The next one was a movie that, again, very much so like what I said about Behind Enemy Lines. So I'm shooting through these because I've got to film this and I've got to film another video today. And this is my only day off this week, so I haven't got much time. The Presido, I hadn't even seen this before. I watched this on a streaming. It came up on a streaming website. I think I can't remember what it was. It was Paramount, and it looked quite interesting. I love Sean Connery, Mark Harmon. The Presido, it's about a murder on a military camp, and Mark Harmon plays a cop who used to be in the army and was kicked out by Sean Connery. He has to go back to try and solve the murder and ends up teaming up with Sean Connery. Very fun movie. After watching it, I went to have a look to see what the physical copies were going for, and it was quite cheap, so I picked it up. But this is a European import. Next is a movie I've never heard of. Just popped up for a couple of pounds on Amazon. Looked quite interesting. Looks like a superhero, Power Rangers type of movie. Max Steel. I think this is based on a toy line or a computer game. Probably terrible, but like I say, it was a couple of pounds, European import. I haven't watched it yet. If you've seen it, let me know below. If it's terrible, I'm sure it is. Next, another one of my favourite actors, Christian Slater, and Mila Jovovich. This is Cuffs. It's a story about as far as I believe, this is another Shout Select movie, by the way, the same as Wildcats. Not seen this. Popped up again as I was watching something online, and a scene of this came up, and it looked quite goofy, fun. It's about a cop in a police academy, I believe, a young man in a police academy. Looking forward to checking this one out. I love Christian Slater. This is just a movie that's always slipped through. Never been able to see it. Now I've got a physical copy of it. I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Another movie I haven't seen. Another movie where I was probably trolling through TikTok late at night and came across a scene for this, and it looked quite interesting. It's Blackjack, the Jackie Ryan story. As you guys are fully aware, I've said it so many times on this channel. Big basketball fan. This is a true story about streetball legend Jackie Ryan. So I wanted to check it out. It's got a good cast. It's got David Arquette, Ashley Greene, Robert Dovey. I haven't watched it yet. Haven't had the chance. But Blackjack, the Jackie Ryan story. Looking forward to checking this one out. I believe this was a straight-to-TV movie, so I'm not expecting too much from it, but it looked quite good. And that leaves me with one movie this month left, and it's a 4K. I only got it in 4K because it was the only way I could get it here in the UK. Again, this was one I was waiting for a really good price on, and this dropped really low, so I picked it up very quickly. Sidekicks with Chuck Norris and Jonathan Brandis. Chuck Norris basically plays his make-believe friend, I believe. I have seen this, but on VHS when I was a lot younger. been waiting since it was released. I was waiting for it, but it's £50 roughly to get it in the UK. I didn't pay anywhere near that. I think I paid around £13 delivered for this, and it's the 4K release of Sidekicks. So yeah, that's my movie pickups for the month of July and August. Not a lot of new releases. Most of that I think that's going to be a ongoing factor now for the rest of the year, really, with the strikes, the movie strikes, the SAG strikes. Unfortunately, they're not being released at cinema; they're getting delayed. So that means that physical media is being delayed. I have got a few due in at the end of the year, and as far as older titles, I think I have a few coming and a few that I've added to my list of the ones I want to pick up. But for now, they're my pickups of the month. Thank you for joining. If you're new here, please do like, subscribe. It all helps. And if you're into action figures, please hit that bell so you're notified when I upload my next action figure video, which will hopefully be in the next week or so after this one goes up, depending on how quick I get around to editing and depending on how quick I can get those processed and up, if YouTube lets me. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you next time.